Good morning. Which way is it? Oh, okay, this way. All right. Good morning, everybody. Today is what's today? Today is oh, back in C4 again. It always happens. Hi. All right, let's see. Let's share a little bit. Get this party started. We're talking about brain fog today. How are we gonna fix it? What are we gonna do? Hi, everybody. My name's Chef Liz. We are working on brain fog. Fed the dogs, they're jumping around, making each other. Thanks for my heart. Let me see, where did I leave off? I'm trying to get you guys all shared out there. Make sure everybody knows we're on. I think this is an important topic because we have so much brain fog. I know you guys watch me be foggy. I don't know if it's brain fog or just I'm doing too much. Could be that. And not all brain fog means that you are, have Alzheimer's. Sometimes it's just the food that we eat, All right, I think I'm almost there sharing everybody. Sharing to all our peeps out there. Let me just make sure I get this last group and we are all good. All right. Hi. How's everybody? You guys good? Tomorrow kicks off our 1-year party. So it should be good. I think you work too much. I think I work too much too. It's okay. You're so funny. I would tend to agree with that statement. Couldn't sleep, so I woke up and I made you vinaigrette. So yummy. I love that. Do you guys like being that far up, that high? Does that work? I do work a lot. You're so funny that you say that. But I do have my downtime because when I shut down, I'm completely shut down. Yeah, I think that's why I have brain fog in a good way. Yeah, I think I tend to agree with that because I eat pretty good. I mean, I have my moments, but for the most part, I eat pretty well. And it's whatever. It is what it is. What can you do? But I wanted to go over, I thought this was an important topic because I think brain fog comes from so many places. And one place where I know as we get older, I just want to put it out there to everybody. But yes, so I did this last night after I almost finished the book so that we can party tomorrow. Because I have so much to share with you guys as we move forward in our journey of fun. And look at, this is my clipboard full of work that I have just for the organic food movement. I take 1201 Love Museum and it helps brain fog. 1201, what is that, Mystical? You have good memory. It's just, I think when you have too much going on. Yes, I think so too. I do have pretty good memory. I do take good vitamins and supplements. And I'm going to go over that with you guys a little bit. Let's get right in because then we could cook a little bit. Magnesium. Oh, magnesium 12. Yes, I've heard that. I have some of that. So, and then, I have my bucket full of mushroom coffee that keeps me good too. Focused and good. All right, so let me get out my little cup. So I can, this is going to be too small. I can feel it. I got lots of work to do today. I love this cup. It says, I think I'll just be happy today. Hi, ma'am. How are you? Hand is starting eczema. So Shine, if that's happening, it's what he's eating. I believe that what you're eating, what you're putting in your body, because eczema is coming from the inside out. So check, is he eating a lot of, and usually, you know, where we start is wheat, gluten, dairy, and he's diabetic. Yeah, I mean, I would start there. How does he is he type 1 or type 2 diabetic? I've learned a lot working with somebody these last few, like this last month. He's eating lots of carbs. Type 1 or type 2? What kind of mushroom coffee? I drink Rise. I'm gonna put it in my little showcase at some point for you guys, but yeah. Now type 2. So I have 2 thoughts for you. You gotta balance. If you're gonna eat carbs, and I don't know what kind of carbs he's doing, but if he's eating a lot of carbs, you have got to get vegetables in there to bring down that carb load. Fiber, 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 fiber. Think fiber, right? And then, you know, and if the carbs are gluten, we got some problems there. So gluten, dairy, corn. And then the next thought is, I think you should, you know, if you want to, it's very helpful. There's people in here who have booked appointments with me, and I get very specific, and I can work with you with the diabetes. I have gotten somebody down through the work that I did with them. They went from 15 milligrams of some crazy med down to 10 every other day, and their blood sugar at type 2 diabetes at 57 years old has hovered between 98 and 110. So we've got to do the work, right? If you do the work, we can get you there. So if you need some help and you want to, you can go to the link in my bio. It's very hard to be very specific with you. And he's eating what he loves. He's eating what he loves. In moderation, you know, obviously, but it took a little time. It took about 2 weeks to balance. Once he was on track, once we fed him enough food. Yeah, I mean, I'm so happy with this client. They came to me. I'm ready. I need help. We sat down, and it did take me a couple of, you know, conversations and tweaking recipes and food, because not really interested in changing their diet, but when they saw, and lost 12 pounds. So, you know, that's good. So I think that's really important, you know, and now you feel better. You can do things. Type 1, weird. Well, you know, GMAS, we don't know, right? Like, why? What's going on? Did you have any kind of, I have to know so much more to kind of figure why that happened to you. And then, you know, be careful, because you got to stay focused. Once you hit that type 1, you know, you got to really stay focused on your diet and truly watch everything you eat, because, you know, now you need insulin to help, and you don't want that to stop working, you know. So I would say those things are important, right? Ma'am, I'm a coffee fan. Also, can you please tell me what kind of coffee you're drinking? It looks so yummy. So I make Rise coffee, and then I add Laird Superfood Creamer, which is a coconut creamer, and I add collagen every day. I drink this two times a day. So this is Rise mushroom coffee. I love, 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 love it. I was going to say that, Jima. I'm thinking the same thing. And this person also, through chemo, 11, 12 years ago, also pancreas shut down. So side effects, all the more reason, rice, coffee, rise, RYZE, rise. I don't get paid to say that, by the way. All right, so let's talk a little bit about brain fog. Nutritional deficiencies, listen to this. I think this is really important and something we never think about. Inadequate intake and poor absorption of essential nutrients like omega-3 fatty acids, Lauren, it feels so good, right? Omega-3, B vitamins, and magnesium and antioxidants can impair cognitive function. So think about that for a second. Nobody ever talks about B vitamins, and they are so important. And here's Lauren. Lauren, I thought about you all morning today. Like I was like trying to figure out, I need a calendar. I have a lot of people that I want to talk to, and I keep hearing a bird and it sounds like it's in the house. And I want to have like, going forward, I want to have like video chats or meetings with like people that I think really have good information for our community. Good morning, Angela. So anyway, so think about that. Magnesium is crucial to the body, and I don't think it gets enough love or light shined on it. We need magnesium, magnesium, magnesium. Also, omega-3 fatty acids. You know, there was something to be said about our grandparents lined up doing cod liver oil and fish oil. Yeah, I would love that. Just keep, please, I know we're all busy, but just keep poking me because I need that. It keeps me on track. So, also, let's talk about the gut-brain axis. When you have dysbiosis, leaky gut, it really interferes with mental clarity. We have to, thanks Lisa, we have to think about that a lot. And most of us have some level of gut dysbiosis, meaning what we're eating is causing problems. And there is a complete connection. We talked about it when we talked about food on the spectrum. We've also talked about it when we've talked about gut health. It is really important to keep our gut really, really healthy. Bone broth is a good way to reset your body and your gut. You know, and you want to go find my recipe. It's in the food. The recipe. I am obsessed with the birds that I'm listening to. They're completely distracting me. Oh, Cass. Well, you have the replay, so you'll be able to watch it. Oh my God, bring me back. What? Gut dysbiosis, bone broth. And bone broth is very specific. Mary Love! And the recipe vault, yes. And also it's in my cookbook, right? The bone broth is very specific. Don't listen to people that are, throwing, 10 different animal bones or 3 different animal bones into a bone broth. That is not the right way to heal with bone broth. You want a marrow bone that's from grass-finished beef. This is the way that you heal. Some people I notice they're watching, they're paying attention to me, but then they're going and doing weird stuff and telling their followers to do weird stuff. That feels very strange to me. It is right, Lauren, 70% is in your gut. People don't realize that. I know, right, Pri? It's must be right outside the window and he's hungry. You can, if you're gonna do lamb bones, that's for soups and stuff, but I'm talking about medicinal bone broth. That is made in a very specific way. Remember, we cooked it for 24 hours, and that is specific for healing the gut. And I just noticed there's some people that follow, not always, but I see them pop in and out. And sometimes I think, how you can watch people without coming inside the thing. inside your, your actual live. And I noticed, and it actually, I noticed this person is like doing things that I do, but this specific thing made me a little worried because bone broth is made from beef bones. There usually should be marrow, grass finished, and you're cooking it for 24 hours with no salt, no anything. It's like celery and onion and carrot and a little bit of vinegar. There's a specific type, so you can get that bone broth recipe in my recipe vault, which is in the link in my bio, or you can, get it in the cookbook, or you can, look it up in one of the videos. You'll see it there, and that's very specific to the healing of the gut. Yeah, look in the book, Mystical, because that's very specific to healing the gut, and it wouldn't hurt. It doesn't hurt for you to, if you are having gut problems, 3 or 4 days on bone broth is not a bad idea to reset the gut. Lauren, right? I mean, I don't know how you feel about that, but I feel like it's pretty smart to do. And then if you're having gut issues, doing that. Now remember, if you have IBS, if you have Crohn's, if you have those things, those require very specific, gentle work. So you want to work with myself, with somebody like Lauren, somebody that can guide you through that path. Don't just jump in and do, things out of the blue, because disturbing your gut can be not the best way to do it. Thanks for the follow. Oh, so you guys, while I'm yapping, your help for me is sharing and tapping and chatting with me, all free things that you can do to build us and help get the word out about how wonderful we are. It will usually starve out the bad bacteria, but something has to sweep out the bad, like a fiber. Yeah, I think that's true, but I think first you gotta, yeah, that's the thing. That's the like weird thing. That's why I say like you do like 2 or 3 days. Some people will do a week if they're really in an acute stage of that. Hey, Ashley. And then they go back and follow it up with like a fiber-filled diet. But you got to be careful with that, because if you're doing it with Crohn's or IBS, you can trigger, a flare-up. And I feel like that's true, or a nanocell. Yeah, something has to disrupt the bacteria biofilms. Important. Since I changed to organic in April, it's such an amazing feeling and more fresh and cleaner. Isn't that true, Elbori? It is a very exciting thing to watch people and listen and hear your stories of change, and I think that's one of the things I want to do tomorrow with our year anniversary is when you do it the way that I suggested, in terms of, thank you for the fan club, when you do it in the way that I talk about, like as one ingredient in your kitchen, you finish it, just change it over. Those things are so, hi, good morning, June. Those things are so important. A low fat fiber will really help with the build up on the good bacteria too. Yeah, low fat FODMAP is, we should do that one day. I should, cause that's a really difficult diet to do. Maybe we should add that to our kitchen pharmacy day and really go over how to do that diet. So chronic inflammation, right? Persistent inflammation, or food sensitivities can lead to neuroinflammation and cognitive symptoms. Now, I talked about this a while ago, and I don't talk about it enough, especially with kids on the spectrum. Tapioca fiber. Yes, like I want tapioca pudding. Oops, sun fiber. It's okay. So chronic inflammation. So a naturopathic described it to me this way, and I'm going to do it in lay terms because I can't remember this. I don't know the science strong enough to help completely explain it by the science. So you continue, and this is one of the reasons why I talk about food sensitivities. Find out what they are. Get that IgG test. You know, push your doctor. Find the doctor that will do it for you. It's a blood test. It tests like several hundred foods and categories of foods. And you learn the sensitivity, meaning they give you like a scale. Some are like low to high, some are 1 to 5, some are, you know, it just depends on what company or where you get the test. But it's really important to get that food sensitivity test, because I believe those are the things that are ripping the gut apart. Because hear me out for a second. Suppose you're eating cucumbers and that happens to be a medium to high level. York test has a food sensitivity 139. See, 500 things. See, that's great. Is it saliva though? I kind of like the blood test, but if it's saliva, at least it's something. You start somewhere. Oh, it is blood? Okay, does a doctor have to do it? I mean, in New York, you almost have to have a doctor for everything, but it is blood? Oh, perfect. Do they have to get a prescription? Hey, Bray. Good morning. So, okay, so now let's just say cucumbers, and you love cucumbers and you're eating them all the time. And, you know, sometimes you don't realize because you have them in a salad, so you're like, oh, that really hurts, you know, my stomach bothers me, or you don't even feel it. Sometimes you don't feel it. Maybe 2 days later, you get like a massive headache and you're like, what did I do? I didn't do anything. And it's a simple thing like cucumbers. You don't even realize it's going to be cucumbers. And so what happens is in your gut, your body, all these histamines are produced. You start to stir up all your neurotransmitters. They get all crazy. Exactly, Rob. And then, see, when you come in here, you make me crack up, and then I forget what I'm doing. A sign of food sensitivities. Yeah, gastritis. I mean, gastritis, constipation, all of it. IBS, I think it all starts there, and we don't pay attention. Anything in the gut, to me, Lauren, I mean, I'm going to make a stretch. Anything in the gut is really starting with some sort of food sensitivity, but then it hits your neurotransmitters. Then you start to, you know, trip yourself up in your brain. And your brain starts to get foggy and you forget, and you know, also candida. So when you do that and you don't really know why, this is what happens. Yeah, it's really truthful, because if you think about it, if you think about inflammation, you know, then it shows up like, okay, so brain fog, it shows up in you know, joints hurting, all of these things. And it could be something simple, just simple as, you know, peppers or cucumbers, or you're eating chicken. What Lauren's saying is so true. 80% of serotonin, right? And that's our, you know, we need serotonin, dopamine, so important for mood related. I hope you are taping this. I have an appointment this morning. Yeah, it always gets posted in YT. Always, always, always. So you're good. You're good. So these are the things that really are helpful, and you absolutely want to, hold on guys. You absolutely, I want to make sure we're not on. Okay, good. I want to make sure that anybody can come. So keep that in mind. When your gut and you're eating foods that, have a great day, dude, mom. When your gut is messed up and when you're not feeling good, or when you're eating the things that make you sensitive and you don't know it, you are stirring up all kinds of trouble with your neurotransmitters, and that really creates a brain fog. Do I have the science exactly? I do not. But I can assure you what I'm saying to you is exactly correct, because it is very important. If you are experiencing any kind of brain fog, the first things you want to do is check for like candida, which causes a tremendous amount of brain fog. Go look up in our kitchen pharmacy in the recipe vault. Go check it out. Read that. I think there's like 20 or 30 pages. Thanks, Lauren. 20 or 30 pages of information about candida and the connection of gut, your colon, all of that good bacteria get messed up with bad bacteria and creating brain fog. Also, food sensitivities. Those two tests are going to tell you a lot of information and help. Hormonal imbalances, the fluctuation with cortisol, thyroid hormones, estrogen, progesterone can produce a worsened brain fog. Functional medicine often investigates and restores hormone balance. So, is there a food that negatively affects your nerve fibers? Well, I think like alcohol, sugar, any type of food additive or chemical. Yes, actually, Lauren is taking it to the next step. Everything that happens in, anything that's triggering brain issues. Let me say this correctly. Many things that trip brain is this IBS? Well, it can start with that. So June, it's like a perfect storm, right? You're eating food sensitivities. You're eating things that are stirring up your gut. Maybe, aspartame for sure. Any type of food additive like that is going to stir up nerve pain, and anything that's going to deplete B vitamins is going to stir up nerve pain. The food that affects my last nerve is potato salad with raisins. Well, that's pretty, if you're making potato salad with raisins, you cannot be here. You have to leave. Anything pro-inflammatory. Yeah, June, for sure. So wait, hold on. I want to not look at the chat for a second because I want to get this out. So think about this. Let me take this again and I'll tie you back in, June. I know he cracks me up and I want to sit here and giggle. Hey, Bridge. So you're eating food sensitivities. You may be eating the wrong foods for your blood type. That's going to affect you. And you may be eating food allergies. You may be eating a chemical, something you're eating that is just affecting your gut. And this is why you guys are going to love the book on food philosophy. I'm just putting the finishing touches on it. It is going to walk you through all of this. You're going to have your own journey to figure it out. I am so excited. I'm so excited for this for you guys that I just can't put words to it. Okay, anyway, so now you're eating this stuff, you're putting it in your gut's getting all messed up. Your good bacteria is being replaced by bad bacteria. You're churning it up, constipated, diarrhea, all those crazy things. Your brain now is getting disturbed, right? Because you're producing histamines. Thanks, Rob. 1 year today. We're here 1 year today. It's my first live as a year today, September 24th. I can't look, I gotta finish. And then all of your neurotransmitters get so wacky and out of control that your brain just kind of trips out and is like, oh, where's this? I can't remember. My thoughts are, you have like a total blank slate and can do no recall. All of those things make such a crazy shift in the way that you do things. Over time, good morning, Robin. We need you. We need our tappers today. We should get to 200,000 as an anniversary present. and we got to share 100 times, a minimum of 100 times. And if there's 50 people, share it 20 times. Is that it? 20 times 50, is that 100? Thank you, Lauren. And then your gut's all wonky and messed up and your neurotransmitters are tripping and everything is out of control. And hey, Susan, and then over time, and I'm talking a year and a half, 2 years, 3 years, 10 years, all of a sudden your joints hurt. All of a sudden you are starting to develop, I don't know, Hashimoto's, IBS, Crohn's, um, and pick any autoimmune issue, and then lupus, all those, then all of a sudden you have some traumatic, someone that you love dearly, or somebody in your life, a parent, a sibling, a spouse, or anything. You lose your job, any trigger at all, and it's like, boom, your brain just trips out, and you're like toast. No GI, good. You understand what I'm saying? So June, yes, over time, those autoimmune diseases get triggered and it just could be one simple thing as eating what you love that might be what do you call it? A food sensitivity, a food allergy. Yeah. Yep. That, there's a lot to be said about that, like epigenetics and all of those things. You just flip that switch and you're done. What do you call it? Nutrigenomics. Yeah. The science of that is incredible. And I don't know, Lauren, I believe, I mean, if we can change the DNA of plants, to be herbicide resistant, and let's not even go down that route of glyphosate or the Roundup and all of that. Thank you, June. Thanks for all the love. All of those things too are flipping switches. So, I mean, all the more reason to focus on clean, pure, organic, non-chemical foods. It really makes the difference. So these are some of the root causes: stress and sleep disturbance and disruption. And this stress and sleep disruption, don't underestimate the power of the food you eat is so core to everything that goes awry in our bodies. Yes, environmental, but those just put the cover on the box. You know what I mean? They just do it. Yeah, exactly what I'm just saying right now. That's the thing. Yeah, it's a powerful piece to the puzzle. You're eating, you think you're eating good, you think you're eating healthy, and you're just buying stuff off the shelf. You're not thinking about it. And then you have some traumatic thing happen in your life, and you have stress or something you're going through over time. A kid is sick, you know what I mean? Anything, your kid has trouble, and then you can't sleep, and now you're even messing with everything more. The best thing you can do is pay attention to the food you're eating. And I think I've cracked it. I have to, Lauren, I'm going to send you, if you have time, I want you to read it. I think you're going to love it. Mama, join YT. You're going to get this will replay today. In the next week, it'll be there. I want to talk about antibiotics for a minute. I know a while back they, and we all know who they is. Please poke me. You have my email. I need to chat with you as much as possible. I know I keep saying it every time I see you, and I'm so sorry. Tyler's correct. I wake up, I work on this, I go to work, I do get on my vibration plate, and I do get to walk a little bit. And then I go to work, I work all day in food, I come home, I do this, and I go to bed, and I do the whole thing over again. And I'm trying to I don't know. I would have to write that down. I know nothing about that gal. So I think, yes, all of the things we just talked about, and then you add environmental toxins. And I am big on what are you putting in your dishwasher? What are you washing your clothes with? What are you washing your hair with? What kind of creams, makeup, what are you putting on your face? You know, what are you absorb? What are you putting on the largest organ of your body, the living, breathing skin? What are you putting on it? And at the end of the day, once you're eating all that crap and then you put that cover on the box, all of those environmental toxins, there's your perfect storm. It's your perfect storm for everything around us, right? Our, kids on a spectrum, brain fog, cancer, all of these fun, loving, wonderful things that pop up in our lives that get in the way, And it's, what can I say? Brain fog. So I'm always looking at all of this stuff because I think you can find plenty of information on, from the allopathic perspective, the pharmaceutical perspective, Western medicine perspective. And for me, I'm always coming from a place of Eastern philosophy, naturopathic, functional medicine, from that space. So I want you to have the other perspective, and then you do you figure out what works for you best. But I think when we look at, what are some of the strategies to help prevent, calm, heal, reverse brain fog? Nutrient dense foods, anti-inflammatory diet, eliminating refined sugars, and potential allergens. It's what I've been talking about for the past year. Some of you have embraced it full on and have lost weight, have healed things, have cooled off some of your issues that you've been going through, and you're sort of out there really promoting and loving and telling and changing and helping everybody else that's in part of our community. I'm just drinking TikTok on my mushroom coffee. So, it's nice and warm and it's cool out and the windows are open. It tastes so good. Also, targeted supplements. Let's talk about supplements before we cook food because I believe supplements are very important. I probably, where some of you guys have like 15 vials of medications you're taking, I have probably 25. Danny! You look different in every video I see you in, like when I'm in my scroll moments. Every time I see you, you look so cute and different. I mean, sometimes I don't know what topics you're talking about in those big box things, but I'm always interested and kind of want to jump in. But I never know if you're talking about food or not. Danny makes organic cookies that look, to unalive for. American Flower Farm. Hey. I just stopped eating gluten. That's it. I'm in my best Adam Sandler era. We talk about everything. Awesome. Okay. Food and healthy snacks. I love it. I just stopped eating gluten. That's it. I did nothing else. It makes me mad that I stopped eating gluten, but I don't care. It makes me mad, but it makes me, and I don't even know. I just know I had to buy some new clothes, but I don't pay attention to that. I really don't. I really think about, Robin, I love you. I made gluten-free organic cereal treats. Danny, did you see my pumpkin cupcakes I made the other day? And we made on here, it was for Monday night, I made gluten-free pumpkin cupcakes with, that sounds so good, gluten-free pumpkin cupcakes with brown butter frosting, brown butter cream cheese frosting. Americans, stick around. Go through all the recipes. Subscribe to our recipe vault. It's in the link in my bio. It's $5 a month, and there's tons of gluten-free snickerdoodles. Smells so good. I'm a cookie girl. I love cookies. Like if I want a snack, I bake a cookie. That's my favorite. Oh, you're welcome. All right, so let's talk about gut healing protocols. Probiotics, digestive enzymes. I always put in here elimination diets to restore the gut flora and reduce the permeability, but I really believe more in, I can't do the elimination diet. It's not for me. I am not diligent enough. Yep, we're going to talk about that. Yes. Glutamine, yep. Zinc, peptides, yep. I'd rather just test my blood and do a blood test and move on. I just cannot do that. But if you can do an elimination diet, do it. Get rid of, you have to sort of get a journal, write down everything you eat, and then, do like immediate 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, and not eat those things. You have to go and get a blood test, usually a functional medicine doctor. If you have a doctor that will listen to you, you ask them to test your blood IgG, and they're going to be like, that's ridiculous. It doesn't do anything. So then you find a new doctor, because that doctor is tied into I'm sorry, forgive me, but I'm going to be a little bit more bold this year in how I feel. But if a doctor's refusing to do that, they're buying into the standard American way, and it doesn't work. Yeah, that's a good, Danny, you're saying it in a nice way. Start with the top 7: soy, gluten, wheat, corn, peanuts, white sugar, high fructose corn syrup, all the garbage. Yeah, you can do it that way. I'm just too busy and I want a blood test. Are you talking about the pyramid, the food pyramid? My doctor just set me up to get blood tests this week. American, you should call him or her and ask them to add in an IgG panel. Because then you're going to know food sensitivities. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you love your doctor and you trust them, keep them, but you got to push them a little. But some, and it depends. Like New York and California, the chances are hard. You might have to do it a different way. I don't know what IgG stands for. They just put me in the food pyramid. Oh, they said, but what food pyramid? The one that's been there for the last, 10 years? Because that food pyramid sucks. Yeah, they'll run the celiac panel. But if you sometimes, most won't, but they can run a yeah, I'm not sure I like her. This will help me make my decision. There you go. The pyramid is more for portions. Redo my plate now. Oh, all right. Is it my plate? Is that what it's called? Oh, here you go. Immunoglobulin blood test. Yeah. Immunoglobulin G blood test. There you go. Yeah, IgG. Usually the IgE is the one that tells you, oh, you're anaphylactic to bees, eggs, milk, those kinds of things, shrimp, that kind of stuff. Yeah, the pyramid's heavy carbohydrates. It's a mess. They're fixing it though. Let's see. So those things. All right, so omega-3 fatty acids, magnesium, B vitamins, I think there's something too about, is a sensitivity and allergy? No, Rach. Sensitivity is like Sensitivity shows up like, oh my God, my stomach hurts. I have a migraine. My skin is itchy. Well, itchy could be on both sides of the fence. Because it could, could be hives. They're trigger foods, exactly. Stomach ache, itchy, skin rash. I mean, that could be IgG. And these things can happen up to brain fog, up to 72 hours. Why don't you try, Chrissy, if you want, try like a yerba mate, because that's, it's not caffeine. It's, what is it? I forget what it's called. Hold on, I have it here. Yerba mate, but you gotta drink it early in the day. Don't drink it after 12. It's, I forget what it's called. Hold on, let me see. I forget what it's called. Energy infused, it's naturally caffeinated, and it's like a rainforest. Argentina, Brazil, Paraguay, they all drink this. And it's naturally caffeinated, but it's not the kind of caffeine that gives you the jitters. It's it's a tea. So you can get it in a tea bag. And then if you meet anybody from like Argentina, they put it in this cup and they have this straw that it just kind of sits in it and you sip it, but it's actually really good. But do not drink this after like 12, because you will be up all night long. But yerba mate is wonderful. Mate, yeah. But yerba mate is I guess the brand or the kind. It's just, this is a great one. Decaf bulletproof, that's cool. I mean, if you're gonna drink regular coffee, you should probably be drinking the organic beans, or any kind of beans. Any kind of coffee beans should really be organic, because the process to make them is really bad. And, if you like flavored coffee, make the syrups yourself, because those syrups, when they flavor the beans, they go through some pretty icky processing. So you don't want to do that. Okay, adaptogenic herbs: Schizandra, Siberian ginseng, rhodiola, ashwagandha. These are neuroprotective and stress adaptive sort of herbs, and they're fabulous. Drink of the gods, yes. Okay, thank you. Danny's got it. I've always called it yerba mate, but it is mate, yes. It's good. Anyway, however you say it, I love this brand. It's certified organic. It's great. And it will, it really gives you energy without the jitters. The good, clean, organic coffees, I was using for a really long time, but I think they're hard to get around the country. But I use the Death Wish coffee. It's certified organic. It's a little scary looking, but it's great and it's strong. Purity coffee. Oh, I don't know that one. But I think I've heard that. Is it certified organic? And then I use this Ancestral coffee, if you can find it. I know they've changed their packaging again, but I think this guy, he's out of New Jersey, and he roasts it also. I like his beans. It's the only espresso bean that I could feel the what do you call it? The caffeine, which I love. So Rach, where it doesn't matter is you stumped the chef, Rach. I mean, the way that you're saying that, I would say if you are looking at Environmental Working Group every year puts out the Dirty Dozen and the Clean 15. And they test all of the produce. And they say, That's great, Lauren. I'm glad that you're putting that out there. And it tears my gut up. Mary, don't drink it. So I would say you could start there. Like if you're trying to change your diet, you go to the link in my bio, download the Premium Pantry Makeover, and that kind of takes you through the journey of changing your pantry over to organic food. And I do talk about the Dirty Dozen and the Clean 15. You could probably start there, and that Dirty Dozen is very scary. And because it's, if you think about it, it's a lot of produce that we feed our children. It's very hard to navigate all of this. But that's why you have people that, you know, I've been around here now a while, so I'm gonna write that down. I'll put that in my I didn't send this out yet, so I'll put this in there. It's really important for brain fog. Really, really important, because you don't want that, because over time, like brain fog is a symptom that something is not correct in your body. So if you ignore it and then the doctors say, oh, you know, it's no big deal, but eventually it's going to become a big deal. And then they put you on a bunch of nonsense. And then you're like, you know, you're going down the route of no return, and we don't want that. You know, you want to balance hormones, balance your thyroid, balance your adrenals. Those things are really important. Stress management. Stress, man, that is the number one thing, you know. Detoxification, reducing toxic exposure, enhancing the body's natural detox pathways. And then acupuncture is also really good. Chinese herbs, ginkgo, gotu kola, ginseng, that improves circulation. And Rach, check your again, here's another place where you can, yes, it's evil. Cortisol is evil. Cognitive function. So a couple of things. Don't stress that you can't calm your stress down, because you're going to keep stressing, right? But there's ways that you can take the edge off if you need to before you lose your mind. And a couple of ways is taking those herbs that we just spoke about. And I would love for you to do this under the guidance of, you know, a functional medicine doctor, a naturopath. But ashwagandha, Schizandra. Schizandra's really good for like blood, what do you call it? Brain fog. You're welcome, Rach. I have some great people in here too that are really knowledgeable. Danny's very knowledgeable. Lauren's really knowledgeable. There's a woman, Kath, in here. I'm doing the SIBO test today. American, when you get all your information, come back here, or don't leave, but come back and book an appointment with me. I can create recipes for you so that you can get on track. It works so well. Mary Love was in here today. Pre's here. There's quite a few people in here that I've helped over the past year that can really tell you it really works. It works. And it's very helpful. These are the things that you have to do, and you'll get this for $5 a month. You're going to get this information for yourself and have access. I love L-theanine. I love. That is a magical. Look, is this L-theanine right here? I think it might be. Let me see. Oh no, this is B12 methylfolate, which I also take. But L-theanine, I take every single day. And L-theanine with coffee really helps you focus. I know there's a lot of crazy going on in the scroll. You see a lot of people talking about that, but it's great. Great. Really, American, you will go today, just at least go and download the Premium Pantry Makeover. It's free. The Vital Sips is like a whole thing we've been doing. Gail, you have to, this is going to sound crazy to you guys, but this is how I find a doctor. I think about what I need. Yeah, ADD, ADHD, not a cure, but it really helps for sure. I mean, I don't think you can cure ADD or ADHD. I feel like those are, you know, brain functions that over time, and I might be wrong, but I know that there's ways to like heal that. Yep, lion's mane is good. That's what's great about mushroom coffee too. Don't forget. Wait, I have started and not finished any thought in my head because the scroll is so good today. Take me back. What was I just saying? Hi, Vicky. What was I just? I mean, I had 8 thoughts in my head buzzing around. We're only at 30,000. We need to get to 200. Finding a functional doctor. Oh, that's what I do. I kind of pray, meditate, however you want to say it. I'm like, I need this doctor. And then I find them. I have a network of doctors, which by the way, all do televisits, and they all have patients all over the country. So if you're interested, reach out to me and I'll give you, mine is like a medical intuitive functional doctor. He's a cardiologist. He's unbelievable. I love him. A little out there. And you know, the first 3 or 4 visits that you go to him, you kind of got to rein him right in and like, you know, get, you know, focus in on what you need. And then he's amazing. He's just amazing. Medical medium's awesome. Yes, tappity tap, tap, tap. We got to get it up there. Took me a long time to find my medical professional team, but they are wonderful. Yeah, it takes time and you got to ask questions and you got to ask people you know, you got to read, you got to look at their face. You know, I'm on their websites. Anybody going through autoimmune or cancer, I have a naturopathic doctor that pretty much you know, most of what she does is online, and she has helped many people that I know. I'm going to say at least 5 or 6 now I know have gone to her and are well. She's amazing. I love her. Reach out to me. Happy. We're trying to work out. I think we're going to do a Book a Face live chat in the community. That's what I'm getting ready to do. Yeah, that's what you have to find. You have to find somebody that, you know, wants to treat you the way you want to treat. Wants you to be treated like. I don't mean like treat like, hi, how are you? I mean like what kind of treatments are you looking for? Are you looking for that? And you know, when you look for a naturopath, for me, they have the most science backgrounds for me in every modality. They are the highest trained. I love functional medicine doctors too, but I think naturopaths are at that pinnacle and don't get enough credit. And you have to go to a state where they are, you know, licensed to practice, because that's where the best of the best are. And you know, they are expensive, but some of them will take like out of network insurance if you have it. All right, so comprehensive lab testing, blood work for nutrients, hormone panels, MTHFR. Find out if you have that. It's a genetic gene mishap, for lack of a better word. I have 2 of the 3. So nothing over the counter. Medications do not work right for me. They just don't work. I remember my variant, perfect. Great. Heather, did you make an appointment? You bought it so long ago. All right, lifestyle modifications, mindful health tracking, all of those things, you know, they kind of give you a lot of information. And really important when you are trying to talk to a functional medicine doctor, the more information you have about yourself and how you eat and the symptoms you have and when they trigger, the faster they can help you. You know, if you go into a functional medicine or naturopath and you don't really have a lot of information. Isn't that interesting, Rach? You know, also functional medicine doctors, not so much naturopaths, but a good functional medicine doctor, the first thing they do is a genetic panel. And that genetic panel gives you your detoxification pathways, what medications work best for your genetics, and every type of medication. They are fat phobic. What does that mean? That they're supposed to help. A lot of meds, exactly. That genetic testing, if you can find a doctor that can do that within insurance, because obviously it's a pricey track, it is an amazing document because it looks at your genetics and tells you, in that panel you get MTHFR, your detoxification pathways, all the medications. I mean, it's pretty comprehensive, and it really helps sort of, figure it all out. If you have cancer, a lot of the good cancer hospitals do the genetic testing to find out what protocols or what cancer meds work for your body. They get very specific. All right, let's talk food. Fatty Fit. You have one of them? Yeah. Do you take the B12 methylfolate? I love this vitamin. I love it. Those doctors, yeah. Small but mighty. Oh, we just had a little wave. We're in a little wave. Keep sharing, keep tapping. We need it, we need it, we need it. All right, so let's talk food. Blueberries packed with antioxidants, flavonoids, which protect the brain from oxidative stress and support the neural communication. What do you mean? They said you didn't need any medicine? Oh, you don't need any? Yeah, see, who are your doctors? Functional medicine doctors? I mean, if they're doing genetic testing, do you feel any? My naturalist is a naturopathic and she is online. Found her here several years ago. Interesting. There was only one. I mean, I'm not a doctor. I'd have to hear which one, do a little research, see how where you're at. I mean, clearly you're struggling with something because you're looking for answers. If you're looking for answers, something just isn't exactly right? That's how we feel. It's crazy. All right, so let's see. Leafy green vegetables, spinach, kale, collards, vitamin K, folate, beta carotene, lutein for long-term cognitive protection. American, you know what to do. You have everywhere to go. Go in my space, find something that's gonna resonate for you. I'm here. When you're ready, I'm here. At the very least, join the recipe vault and start cooking recipes that resonate with you. Look up all the kitchen pharmacy classes and read all of that. Keep going. Just keep turning over that rock. Nuts and seeds, walnuts, almonds, pumpkin seeds, those provide vitamin E. They're very healthy fats. They're antioxidants. They're filled with minerals like magnesium and zinc, very important for brain health. And it's essential for nerve function, mood regulation, really important. Yeah. Thanks, Pri. Dark chocolate contains flavonoids that improve blood flow to the brain, enhances memory, focus. And I'm not talking about a Hershey bar. I'm talking about like really good 70% or higher dark chocolate. That's what we're looking for. Beans and legumes, right? They offer stable source of glucose, sustained mental energy, and are rich in B vitamins, and they help stave off the brain shrinking. So, and cognitive decline. So eat beans. Black beans and brown rice at 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock in the afternoon with some sliced avocado. Best snack ever for improving brain function. It's the best. And I'm talking like a brown basmati rice, So yeah, I love that. I might eat that today. I forget how much I love that. Avocados, they provide healthy monounsaturated fats, vitamin E, antioxidants, and I believe they're pretty high in magnesium as well. I know, doesn't that sound Bree so good right now? And it's just a cup. You don't need a lot. So good. So good. Mystical. Eggs. Eggs. Choline, crucial for neurotransmitter synthesis and memory formation. So I have here, I wanted to show you. Let's do really quick. Watch this. So I have my grain-free tortillas because I can't eat anything else. Now, unfortunately, these Sete ones used to be so good, but now they put xanthan gum because they sold out. Jerk faces. So mad at them, but that's the way of the world. And if you take this, look how pretty, right? So now I'm going to show you. I don't have any avocado. I forgot to get them. I needed them today. I didn't get them, so don't be mad at me. I'm going to use my soy-free eggs and watch. This is a great way. This is a great breakfast. I'm just gonna fry an egg on here and we'll make a quick tortilla and I'll show you. Now you could do oil, avocado oil. I'm gonna do a little butter. I'm gonna do a fried egg on this. I don't know why, I'm just in the mood for a fried egg. And then we're gonna wrap it in this almond tortilla. It has, you know, I think this one is, let me see. This one is almond flour, tapioca starch, water, and sea salt. It does contain almonds and xanthan gum, but black bean brownies, oh yeah, with dates. I have to do that with you guys. The low fat, you know, I have a lot of that stuff that are like clean fat, low fats, you know, vegan sort of desserts. Okay, I'm adding a little bit of butter in this pan. And then I'm just gonna crack an egg. Wait, brownies? We could do that. I could teach you. I have one thing that I do that's wonderful. I have this old book. I should show it to you guys. An old recipe book. There's so much to do and I don't have enough days to do it. I'm gonna add a little salt to this, and then you guys are gonna laugh at me. You know, I'm a big fan. I'm a bigger fan of flax than I am of look, this isn't than chia, but chia is really good if you want to watch. Let me get a knife. Now, I like a runny egg, so I'm gonna make mine runny, but you guys do you, right? Look at this. Look how healthy and wonderful this is for breakfast. You know, if you have anybody that's in like decline here, this is a good way to help them. I'm doing a little bit of spinach. My fried egg. And you know, I'm doing it in the, I'm doing it in my cast iron. My beautiful egg. So we're gonna do this. So pretty. And this is a great breakfast. Instead of eating, and remember, this helps with food combining too, because you're not gonna have the heavy carbs with your egg. So you're not gonna mess with your digestion as much as if you were gonna put it on a roll with bacon. Oh, okay, hold on. Let me see. American. Chef's Bio Stand Store, yeah. There's did you have a question, American? I didn't sound so good right now. I know, right? Let me see. American, I'm on your website. Where do I start? Oh, not my website, it's the Stand Store. Is that what you're in? The Stand Store? And there's all different things. But if you click my face, go to the link in my bio, it says Stand Store, the Organic Food Movement. Exactly, Mary. And then you can go down and say, meet with Chef Liz. I think it's it says one-on-one with Chef Liz. Look at that. Look at how nice this is. Just very simple. Believe it or not, just eating this once or twice a week, just like this, is gonna build, these are the Sete ones. I don't make any money on any of this. I just share with you products that I use that I like. I didn't see the puppies. Where do you have that? Look at how pretty. And then look. Now, the only other thing I would add to this is some sliced avocado. And then look, this is perfect for breakfast. Thank you. Now, if you want to, I added my flaxseed. Omega-3, fiber. These have 2 grams of fiber, the wraps. I don't have the brand of flax, Mama. I think it might be Bob's Red Mill. I only have it like this and in a container. But can you imagine this is how you start your day? Something like this where, you have this is good. I'm eating my breakfast this morning. Mushroom coffee. Look at the difference. I'm 61 years old. Look at the difference, right? I'm having my mushroom coffee. This is my breakfast. The only thing I would add to this, hello, New York gal, I'd probably add like in about an hour or a half an hour or maybe before this, I would eat, I love you guys. What's in the egg? What else? So Mystical, all I did was add some fresh spinach. I fried an egg. I wrapped it in an almond tortilla from Sete. It's still in there. And I would throw your microwave out today. Don't use the microwave. I mean, June and I have probably sold 100 of these little Easy Bake Ovens by Cuisinart. I'm gonna put it in my my showcase for you guys so you can easily find it. It's so good, Mystical. I mean, this is the way you want to eat. And honestly, it is so easy to grab a piece of pizza. It is so easy to go to the local deli and get, oh, you have vertigo? Again, gotta test that. Get a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich or Waffle House or any of these gross places. But when you slow down and you think about it, right? I'm in a rush. I'm just gonna stop here. And then you wait a half an hour, 45 minutes and all that stuff. In 45 minutes, you could make a breakfast. From the time you drive there, order a breakfast in a diner or in a store because you're rushing to work. We slow it down. This oven is linked in my kitchen essentials page, which you can find at the very, very bottom of the Stan Store. If you scroll all the way down, it says My Kitchen Essentials. You'll find that. Mystical, it's so good. And then I would eat some berries, like strawberries or something like that. It cooks it's better than a microwave, cooks so fast. Now, I don't know if it has all that other stuff you're not supposed to get in an oven, you know, like the inside, but I think the inside might be stainless steel. I don't know. I don't want to know, but I know I don't want a microwave. Yeah. Pri knows the Stan Store, like she reads, it's her space. Mystical, it makes such a difference, right? So something like that, the only other thing I would add to that is maybe some sliced avocado, because I think that's really good. You know, I love avocado and egg. It's so good. And eating like that and making some, can I have another bite? Do you guys care? It's so good. This is the way you want to eat. This is what's going to make you feel better. You know? And then, if you are, and I'm using soy-free eggs, eat it. Just eat it. Eat it. Who's that? Michael Jackson, right? Let me tell you something. I'm sorry, Mystical. Can you go down the road of that conversation? Because what does high cholesterol mean? High cholesterol protects the brain from free radicals. Thank you, Robin. We're going to do something about cholesterol. I have to do something because I'm starting to get angry, because when you go down, Lauren, are you still here? Now, this might be where Lauren and I disagree, but I don't know, so I want to wait and see. But there's a lot of information starting to surface. I know. There's a lot of information starting to surface that, you know, the drugs that they're giving people with cholesterol, all you have to do, yeah, exactly. Thank you, Lauren. HDL needs to be adequate. Yes, it does. And also the good cholesterol has to be good. And then wait, one more thing about that I want to say. Oh, BBX, you're Lauren too? I'm always talking to you. Hi, Monique. Wait, what are you looking for? You needed to go this way? Well, can't you see the oven? Oh, wait, because that stupid thing is there. There it is. You see it? I love that silly little oven. It's a Cuisinart. It's a Cuisinart. Yeah, avocados are fabulous. You're just eating them with something wrong. Yes, cholesterol is good and bad. You have HDL, and LDL. And the way that LDL is lousy. The HDL is what you need to be higher. And that comes from exercise and eating better foods. But it might just be a matter of the way that you're combining your foods. Because if you're combining your foods where you're eating like meat-based sandwiches or burgers with rolls on them or mashed potatoes with fish, whatever it is, all you have to do is separate that stuff. If you're gonna eat eggs in the morning, eat it like this, or even take the tortilla out and just eat the egg with vegetables. Well, I mean, how do you feel about, Lauren, how do you feel about, look up Mystical, look up the information on food combining. And tomorrow when the book when I launch the food philosophy book, you will see that it's, what do you call it? Oh my God, I can't even talk. I'm so excited. There's a whole section. There's like 8 pages of just food combining. Yeah, I mean, take cheese out of your diet for a month and you'll see your cholesterol plummet. I mean, to me, you know, I would cook with butter, cook with meat fats, eat eggs, avocado. I mean, how are they telling you not to eat an avocado? Air fryers, I'm not a fan. But the Cuisinart has an air fryer. Yeah, there. I think that's where you're, probably cheese is the thing that's getting you. Yeah. You eat all of that and your cholesterol came down. Snickers, but you separate it and you do, oh, people can't believe I don't have a microwave. Avocados are so good for you. For them to tell you, I mean, I have to know more though, Mystical. Like, you know, you've been here a long time. I need to see the full picture. No, I never use the air fryer function. I actually did use it once to make sweet potato fries for my husband. Really, by the campgrounds? I love that. Yeah, please do. I can help you. But yeah, you want to, I think it's going to be cheese for you. I already feel that. And cheese is the one to me, right, Lauren? What do you think about that? I think cheese is the one. If you can take cheese out of your diet and maybe pick, like, what cheese can't you live without? If there was one, if there was no more cheese on the planet, what would be the one? Yes, that is true. Fiber is a key. I'm 64 and it's the first time I'd come down. It's come down. My doctor was very pleased. Exercise every day. Yeah, Snickers, that'll do it too. Monster cheese is your favorite. All right, so if you can eat Monster maybe twice a week, get rid of every other cheese possible. I can't live without cheese. I'm addicted. Yeah, the convection, ouch. Mystical, just get, this is all you need to do is get it down. Just get it. How high could it be? Is it over 300? I love feta too. My cheeses that I refuse, that I will never get rid of are, I'm not, give me a range. Where are you? In between, under 200, 230, 245? Are you just hitting, what is it, 238? Or something. I think he said 230. Mystical, come on. That to me is like, I'm sorry, Lauren, but I'm not buying into that. I know that's bad, but provolone, I mean, so New York, yeah, cheese actually has a morphine type addicting element. This is true, Pagerella. Yeah, sugar, cheese. Yeah. I mean, listen, if you can find small farms, Manchego, Feta, Gouda, yeah, Robin, I know. Parmesan, I know. Yeah, cheese is, I think cheese is like McDonald's French fries. I think they just must put a chemical in it to keep us addicted. Right? I'm eating my egg because I don't want my tortilla. It's true, right? Right now, I eat feta Parmesan, and goat are my favorites. Yeah, salt content, I know. I don't think about salt. I'm so bad, Lauren. I cook with salt. I love salt. I don't really think about salt. I'm kind of bad like that because I use the mineral salt, so I'm like, I don't care about salt. But it could take up to a year for your body to purge salt. You know? Ooh, we are in a wave. We haven't hit 100 viewers yet. All right, so we talked about that. You know, whole grains, really important. Quinoa, whole grain rices, like a brown basmati. I cannot digest short grain brown rice. That's actually good, Lauren. Do you like Maldon salt? I don't know what that is. This is the only salt I use. This is it. This one. Yes, I heard it has heavy metals, but I read the research. I watched some testing being done, and I'm fine. I love this salt. I used to talk about it a lot, but get yourself some type of pink salt or mineral-based salt. This one happens to be mined in America. I love it, love it, love it, love it. We have to get to 100,000 likes. We should really do 200,000 and shares, lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of shares. And if you're here for the first time and you love, you know, and you follow creators that you love, always remember the, you know, the thing that goes over your head that looks like a heart. Those are really important to the creators that you love. Red bean salt is absolutely fine, trace lead, but not enough to do anything. I agree with that, and I think that, you know, I mean, everything, there's something wrong with everything we eat, so I'm not really too worried about it. All right, so I showed you a little breakfast. Let me see, top supplements, omega-3s, probiotics, always important. You know, you got to keep, thank you, Joan. Vitamin D, vitamin B12, all the B vitamins, really important because so many things we do suck the vitamin D out of us. I mean, vitamin B and D, actually. So those are really important. Bacopa monarea, Bacopa. It's an Ayurvedic herb, and it boosts memory, attention, and they give it to kids who, you know, they don't want to put on. I also need a good probiotic. I have that for you. Hold on. And this you can get in my. I gotta find it. Hold on, guys. I know I have it here. I put it somewhere. Where's all our vitamins? Remember the ones, the enzymatic therapy? I love that probiotic, and everybody, hold on, it might be in here. I put it away in such a good spot that I can't find it, but I'm supposed to talk about it because they gave it to me for free. But it's from Enzymatica, but any of those Enzymatica products are fabulous. And probiotics, Claire Labs, Metagenics. You were saying, why do they put kids? Oh, the Bacopa. If kids have Bacopa, the kids that are on the spectrum or that have ADHD and parents, or if you go to a naturopath, they get them on these kinds of things first before they go to the drugs. Like they'll try Bacopa, ashwagandha, the lion's mane. They'll do all of those first to see if they'll work or help them, diet, all of those things. And then if they can't balance it or they can't figure it out, they go ahead and put them on the drugs. But the naturopathics really try very hard with those. But you know, it's very hard to get kids to do it, but if you can get them to do it, I'm trying to find probiotics, especially for anybody that has a gut issue, you gotta have it. That's how it should be, yes, yes. But remember, we have parents that, you know, they wanna get their kids up and moving. This stuff doesn't happen overnight where you can give your child or any of us one pill and you get a result. If I had had the meds as a kid, I would have been a great student. I'm gonna cut down on cheese. All right, I'm gonna somebody take a picture of that so we can show Mystical on the day she made that decision, and then we can see her progress. It's not an easy thing. And Mystical, In the cleanse guide, there's a way to do that. I did a detox from dairy, a cleanse of salt, a cleanse of sugar. Remember, it's a 240-page book on cleansing, and all of those are in there. Salt, dairy, alcohol, sugar, and I think there's one other one besides all the other cleanses. If you guys are into cleanses, that book is phenomenal. It's like $19. It's such a good book. It's good, 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 good. Okay. So, ginkgo, all of those things. All right, brain health supplements. Those were top ones. Bacopa. Okay, we did all that. Ooh, you want to make a smoothie? Want to see my brain boosting smoothie? Woohoo, Heather! I need the book. Jules, go in my, click my picture, go to the Stan Store, and you'll see the cleanse book. I think it's called Sacred Reset. It's $19. It's really good. It's 240 pages. There's actually a ton of recipes in there. See you October 1st. There's a ton of recipes in there. There's a quiz in there to help you decide which cleanse is best for you. Yeah, just go in there. There's it's 240 pages. There's quite a few different cleanses. It's an ebook. There's quite a few different cleanses, and then there's actually a quiz in there to decide which is the best cleanse for you to do. There's a 7-day food meal plan to get you ready for your cleanse. It's pretty comprehensive. There's another 7-day meal plan, how to come off the cleanse. It's very, very good. You're gonna get a lot of information, Heather. All right, so we had a little breakfast. Let's do a quick smoothie. I just want to show you. You know, this is good. Nope, it's not there. Hold on, let me find it. Here it is. My little quick smoothie thing that we have. This is good, again, if you're on the run, you can't get stuff done. If you have an older person in your life, a grandparent, a mom who's really suffering from cognitive decline, we're doing all things brain fog. Okay, so blueberries, bananas, chia, almond butter, almond milk. Sound good, right? I'm gonna do frozen bananas and frozen blueberries. Good way to get in your fruits, for sure. I got my almond butter. I forgot chia. Hold on, let me grab my chia seeds. All right. So we're gonna put spinach in here. Just a little. If you don't like spinach, leave it out. And if you have that NutriBullet, it's great. You can use that. Now remember, here's just one thing I want to remind you guys. I can see a cookbook, but not a cleanse or detox. Look for the Sacred Reset. It's called Sacred Reset. It's there for sure. Hold on. A cookbook, but not a cleanse or detox. It says Sacred Reset. You're gonna be so happy. I'm trying to find it myself for you too. Let me see if oh. Did you find it? What? Hold on, let me see if I can find Tyler. Calling the bat phone. I don't have my, it's not there? All right, hold on. Wait, is it this? Sacred Reset, restore energy and vitality. That's the one. That's it. Oh, it says 14. There you go. That's the one. It's not 19. It's 14. Even better. Do you see it? On sale. Woo! So when you work with, did you find it, Justice? All right, so now let me put this in, and then as we go, I will, when everybody's back here and you guys got your book. All right, so we're gonna put in like a half a banana. Oops. Third one under products. There you go, we got it. We're gonna put in our, about a half a banana, and I'm using frozen, and they're organic. And then we're gonna do some blueberries. Oops, runaway blueberry. I love this, look at this. All right, now we're gonna add some almond milk to this. At some point. I don't know if I have almonds, but I'm gonna use the coconut. And this one I love because it doesn't, we've talked about this, the Califia. I just started buying frozen fruit. It's so good. The Califia one also has an almond one with three ingredients. Well, yeah, it feels better, doesn't it? And you're buying the organic, right? So I like the almond milk for this just because the almonds are what we're looking for, that fat that you need. And then we're gonna add a little bit of almond butter. Now, that's not normally my favorite thing. I don't like a nut butter in my, of course, I don't like nut butters in my smoothies, but for this, because we are looking to help our brains function. Now, if you have cordyceps, I would put this in. Let me see if I have it here. It's like a powder form. Oh, here's my L-theanine. If you have cordyceps, which I have, but I'm not going to run around and leave you guys again, but you could put that in. This is the L-theanine that I use. And then that's it. Now, if you're going to put, what do you call it? Chia in your drink. You got it? You found it, Justice? Perfect. All right. If you're going to put chia in your smoothie in the morning, you have to drink it right away. And the reason is because this has like that gelatinous effect and it will expand as soon as it goes to liquid. Yep, these are on the Stan Store, all of this. It'll get posted probably by tomorrow night because I didn't get it done in time. And I think Tyler's working today. So he's probably busy. So now we're just gonna blend this up. All right, I need a little more milk. Hi, Hawaiian. Thanks for the share. Okay. Now, if I was going to drink this right now, I would put in my chia. If you're going to take this to work and you can't blend, this is a nice little thing to have at work or at your desk. I love this little machine. But if you are going to eat this, I would add it in and drink it, or I'd leave it out. Because if say you're gonna drink, mix this and then sip it throughout an hour or 2 hours, I would not put the chia in because it'll make it a weird kind of texture. And I personally don't like that. So I would say add this in when you're gonna drink it or don't put it in. And if you're gonna make something like this, if you have, I would think nowadays more people that are at work, you have access to like a space where you can like put stuff in a refrigerator or freezer or something, or you have this at night, or you, yeah. That's actually really good. So good. So you could have this for breakfast. You could have this for a snack. You could have this, evening time. Evening time a little weird, I think, having something this cold. But it's a great afternoon snack. It's just very powerful. If you have a grandma or a parent or something that's going through cognitive decline or they're feeling it, this is good. It's good. I think I like it with almond milk more. I like it with almond milk more. Yeah, I don't like chia seed. Chia seed is not my thing. So I leave it out. All right, so now, Tyler's reaching out. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, that's Sacred Reset. You found it, Justice, right? Oh, here. It's this one. That's what you're looking for. This. Morning. Morning, gluten-free. Hi, Robin. Thank you. All right, so that's like a smoothie. I have it in the breakfast section, but you could do it with anything. And then, you know, everybody's eating salmon all the time. I know how annoying that can get after a while if you don't like salmon. But what if you did sort of like a tuna salad, but not on bread? Remember, you don't want to eat sandwiches when you're having cognitive issues because you can't digest it all together, and your digestion needs to work well. So you don't want to do that. So what I would say is, like, you could do like a nice, here, I'll show you. Let me put it together so you get what I'm talking about. That's yummy. I'm eating too much food though. So you can do it like this if you have like something that you want to take to work, or you want something to be nice like this. Do it like this. And then you can add your tuna. If you want to make a nice salmon salad, you can make salmon. I'm doing it from my tuna from work. I would do it like this, a little scoop. Put your tuna on here, right? And then I would add like some chopped walnuts, a little, maybe one of those little, what are those little oranges called? Hold on. You could do, oh please, I have it. Look. And this is something you could food prep, you know? Look how nice, right? Cuties, yeah. They don't call them that in what do you call it? In the organic ones. Let me see, what are they called? They're called gems in organic. Outspan easy peeling mandarins. And then if you have some chopped walnuts, you could put it over it, chopped almonds, a little pomegranate. It's high in omega-3s, vitamin E, polyphenols, all of that fun stuff, right? Just simple. You could eat this. I would chop up the spinach and eat this, have a little cutie on its own, and you're done. It's just simple, and you're feeding your brain good food. Dinner, you could do eggs with white beans and cherry tomatoes, right? Spinach. Make a frittata, a bean frittata. I love that. Canned beans, like you could puree them, mix them in with the egg, bake it off. Yeah, I was just saying that, Tiffany. I would add some walnuts on here and pomegranate, so I had that crunch. I love that, right? Brain health. And then for snack, right? We've done this a couple of times. Oh, I'm gonna have to go get my walnuts. Hold on. Here. Of course, I would chop these up. I don't want to do this now because my husband won't eat it. So I'm just putting them here. But I would put nuts like this. Very simple. Chop them up, right? And then look, what about for a snack? You could do this. And I've done this before, and we're going to do it again. But it's so good. I love my Greek yogurt. You don't need a lot. You know, when you add all the fun to it, like all the toppings, you don't need a lot, right? blueberries, chop walnut, and this is a snack. You want a late night snack that's gonna keep your blood sugar lovely, not mess with you, create something yummy. Look, you could do fresh blueberries or frozen. I kind of like the frozen. I don't know why, I just do. I have fresh in here too, but look. This is a great late night snack. Diabetic, you need to eat something before you go to bed. Actually, even though they're brain functioning, these two are great late night snacks before you go to bed. It's gonna keep your blood sugar even. You're not gonna spike it. You're gonna have some good fats, good protein. It's just gonna make all the difference. Now, you could add to this a little almond butter if you want. Gail, howdy partner. It is Greek yogurt. It's my favorite. I always have this in my cabinet. I don't eat it often, but I use it. Right? Great for the kids. You want your kids to be calm. I had a little bit of cacao powder to my yogurt. Great idea. Great idea. I have all that. You know I have all that in my kitchen too. I mean, I would even add a little flax. I love this. Flax is my favorite. Look. And then, ooh, you know what I have? My cherry glaze. You want a little sweet? Just a little, not too much. Hold on. Just a swirl. Ooh, less than a teaspoon. It's all you need. Look, a couple of drizzles. It's gonna affect nothing. With pork rinds. That's awesome. Can he eat the walnuts? This might be good too with walnuts. It's so good. I love this. And you have the frozen blueberries. Mmm. Brain health. Brain health. All right. So, for 365 days today, I have been part of TikTok. And it's been really quite the journey. I'm kind of excited. We're going to kick off tomorrow night a couple of days of fun with, you know, new information and new help. No, I'm not a fan of honey, but if you want to drizzle a little honey, you can. I'm keeping low on sugar just for brain health, but you can totally do that. I've got like 4 or 5 recipes in here to sort of kind of get you moving. To milk, Justice, you could try a coconut, the Coco June yogurt, if that works for you better. I would say that's the best one. I know, Joan. Can you believe it? Thank you, Stephanie. I just put some flax on here, but it's on my little counter in my little Le Creuset. It broke, my little Le Creuset broke, but I can't throw it in the garbage because I just love it too much. So this is on my counter all the time, and I throw it on everything. Justice, were you able to find the cleanse book? You're gonna love it. It's so good. So I want to talk about 2 more things with food on here, just so that you guys send your daily harvest. Yay! If I was still living in New York, and I would have loved to work with you as a line cook, I would love that, Tiffy. Where are you now? People, we have a lot of people that ask me to do that. It's kind of nice. Thanks for my heart, Justice. Hi, Lee. Florida. Oh, that's right. That's right. Florida. All right. So now I want to talk about 2 more things before we go. you'll have some dinner snacks in here, and then I have senior friendly adjustments for soft textures, finger foods, notes about that. I wanted to just talk about some findings. In here, you're going to hear a little bit of, you know, not so friendly for the public conversation, but I talk about some key findings that they found on statin drugs and cognition. And I think it's worth the read. I think there's very important information out there. And I guess for me, that high blood pressure, high cholesterol, all those things, I think there has to be a better, more honest conversation about that. And, you know, and other research that is not part of the people who are promoting those drugs. So there's multiple systemic reviews and meta-analysis that show statin use is associated with a modestly, now this is coming from, that is true. That is true, Lauren. Associated with a modest lower risk of developing dementia and Alzheimer's disease compared to non-users. I'm going to go out on a limb, not being a scientist nor any of the other things you need to say this stuff. That's mystical. You hit the nail on the head. That is exactly what they try and do. Eat this, don't eat that. Can't eat this, you have to eat that. You don't eat this, this is better. And when you get my food philosophy book tomorrow, it will be out. And I'm going to be talking about it all day. And we're going to have some, you know, opportunities for you guys to like be part of this community and whatever. You're gonna see. It will all make sense because I think I have found the way to help people where you're not on a diet, you're not on a fad diet, and you feel better. You might lose weight, you might balance your hormones, there'll be so many things that you do, but it will be determined on who you are and what your likes are, and not somebody else's fad, caveman zone, Weight Watchers, blah, 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 that, you know, all that stuff. Hey, Dawn. I will be here tomorrow. Not at this time. I'll be at night. What time did we say? I'm going to put a video out. Make sure that you have me on that thing that what do you call it? I don't know what they call it. Oh, notification, so that you get me. Click the bell by my profile and make sure it says all so that you're on here. So there's a lot about the statins. Now, I also want to talk about one other thing that is not talked about a lot. And I also put in here medications frequently associated with brain fog. We are going to celebrate. I'm eating the best I have ever eaten now that they're saying I have this and that. Yes. I know it's time for the not for the public topic. I will be doing that shortly. I have to find a date. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 different classes and drugs. I think my children create my brain fog. It could be true, Tiffy. It could be. Anti-anxiety and sleep meds. Anticholinergic drugs for overactive bladder, allergies, and depression. Anticonvulsants. Some of these you absolutely have to have, but there's got to be a way to help when you're on them. Opioids, first generation antihistamines, tricyclic antidepressants, statins, chemo drugs, corticosteroids, sleep aids, and some of the antihypertensive drugs, dopamine agonists, and certain antipsychotics. I'm not telling you to get off any drug at all. I can't either, Deborah, I know. But what I'm telling you is that if the more we are educated and the more we are, exactly, mine too. Deborah, have you been tested for the MTHFR? That usually kind of answers a lot of questions. Key findings in recent research, you're going to look at all of this stuff. You can read it. And who's most at risk. So now I want to talk about one more thing. And that is, there is a type of brain fog or cognition issue that happens after surgery. Yes, Lauren, exactly. You have to make an informed decision. And the more we are educated and the more information we know, the better it is. That drops because my DNA showed it. Yeah, the MTHFR, you did a genetic test. You have the mutation of that gene. I have 2 mutations. So I know what that is. So increased exposure to surgery under general anesthesia has been noted to it's associated with long-term cognitive decline. And it specifically impacts executive function, selective attention, information processing speed. Yes, Heather, exactly. So post-operative cognitive dysfunction is a well-documented syndrome, and it's marked by deficits in the memory, attention, and executive function, particularly in older, frailer patients. Now, delirium, short-term memory loss, inconsistent findings on dementia risk. They don't know, whatever. So adults over 65, pre-existing mild cognitive impairment, or risk factors for dementia are most susceptible to post-operative memory issues. Now, multiple exposure to anesthesia and longer surgeries further the increase, and people with existing health issues such as diabetes, hypertension, or a frailty. You know, as you get older, some people are frailer. Now, while most people experience only temporary memory problems after anesthesia, there is a subset of older at-risk individuals that have a significant issue. So what we've talked about and what has been noticed is there is a way to protect and do like protective supplements, and you will find this in here, but some of them are going to be like a multivitamin, vitamin C, all the B vitamins, omega-3 fatty acids, N-acetylcysteine or glutathione, which is actually the supplement. The glutathione is in the body, and it helps. It helps with your detoxification pathways. A lot of kids who are on the spectrum have the MTHFR gene, and that mutation interferes with the detoxification of, at a cellular level, of chemicals, environmental issues, supplements, anything that's coming into your body or that's in your body. It is like glutathione is that thing that helps, that nutrient that sort of helps clear the pathways of detoxification. When you have MTHFR, you are lacking in that. When you have an overabundance of drugs in your system, that is going to get in the way of clearing your pathways. So taking these, like if you know that you're gonna have surgery and you've got a month out or 2 months out and you can start taking these, you're gonna have to work with a very understanding and progressive doctor. because, you know, they're going to give you crap about it, but omega-3 fatty acids are probiotic, polyphenols, and antioxidants. Now you're going to have to be careful because some antioxidants you cannot take, like a vitamin E, prior to a surgery. How do you know how much to take? Well, Deborah, you have to really work with somebody who understands and knows those. I cannot give that information out because I'm not a doctor or a nutritionist or an RD or a naturopath. Like, I don't have any. I'm just a chef who has studied food and healing for the past 40 years and know the information. So I would do your own research, talk to your own doctor, and really you must be an advocate for yourself. And when I say that, I truly believe that our doctors, I want to get to who is writing almonds, ground almond flour. Yes, Heather, 100%. Regular doctors at this point are being taught, we have to look at who is writing the textbooks now for our doctors. When you go to medical school, who has their hands in writing the textbooks? That's why they call me Chef Roman. And when we figure that out, we're going to change medicine in this country, because I know what my feeling is. I just don't know. I cannot confirm it because I've never actually researched it. But when we answer that question, we're going to learn a lot. So if you think about it, our young doctors that are coming out of medical school right now are being taught one way and one way only. And that's what I appreciate, why I appreciate so much naturopaths and functional medicine doctors who now say, oh, this is crazy. I'm not going to follow this path anymore. I know there's something better. I think functional medicine doctors are realizing, well, forget about nutrition, Robin. I'm just talking about prescription drugs. They are not taught to heal. They are taught to medicate. Figure out a symptom and get a medicine in your patient. And then when they get a side effect from that med, here's another medication. Think about what, those of you who are on 8 to 10 medicines or whatever you're on, 3, 4, think about what you started with, when did the side effects happen, and what medicine did you take to get rid of the side effects. I think it's deeper than that, Pri. I think it's much deeper than that. So good, right? But make sure the almond flour, when you make it, Roman, it's not like really fine. Hi, Cheryl. So milk thistle supports liver detoxification, probiotics, polyphenols. So this is really good information. And if you are facing surgery, so here's some clinical caveats I put in here. Avoid vitamin E, ginkgo, turmeric, garlic, fish oil, and other compounds that prolong bleeding or enhance sedation. Should usually be discontinued before surgery. Now, your doctors are not going to know that, so you've got to work with somebody that knows that, so that you do it right. Yeah, change the food, Robin, exactly. Address deficiencies. You might go to your doctor if you're facing surgery. Try and be a month or 2 months out. I mean, obviously, if you have a surgery that has to happen and you're just figuring it out, there's nothing you can do. You're going to have to fix it on the back end. What I'm saying to you is, if, like, say you're going to get a hip replacement, you need a knee replacement, certain surgeries, even if you want to do, you know, cosmetic surgery, you know that ahead of time. Go and get a nutrient test, like find out, address all your vitamin deficiencies. Get a test. Oh yeah, is it good, Ashley? I haven't heard that book. Good Energy. And address them, and then spend a month, 2 months getting your being ready so that you can avoid the problem, right? So I just wanted to touch on that. All the information's in here. I've got about 12 or 13 pages of really good information for brain fog. So if you're suffering, if you know someone who's suffering, if you're trying to heal it, this is a really good place to start, where you have one bucket of information. Do you have a list of nutrients to test for? Heather, you can look at it, you can find it in here, but it would be an overall thing, right? A, C, certainly B vitamins, certainly vitamin D, you know, all of your antioxidants, all of those things. Thank you, Cheryl. All of those things are going to make a difference, for sure. Vitamin C, B12, all of that. You know, a lot of people are on, what's the drug you're on that you're not allowed to eat anything with vitamin K? Oh, really? You're welcome, Heather. So yeah, you guys can get this in the recipe vault. It's $5 a month. And you have all the information. Plus, I mean, there's so much stuff in there to look at. Warfarin. Sorry I'm late. Hey, Janet. No worries. We're just wrapping up. So tomorrow I'm going to be on live. We're going to do like an anniversary celebration. I'm going to, my next book is out. Oh, if you're on warfarin, be careful. But what is the issue though? Clotting. It's for clotting. It's the med for blood clotting. But you're taking that because of what? Aren't you taking that because another drug, like they make you go on aspirin to thin your blood, and then they want you on something, blood thinners, there you go. So they're giving you a med because you have to thin your blood. And if you thin your blood, then you're going to have excessive bleeding. So you have to take this medication. So can't we figure out what to eat to help not have excessive bleeding and blood? Yes. So you have to stop taking it. It's a vicious cycle, right? Joan, I want to get to the reason why you had to have surgery and how do we prevent us from doing that? You know what I mean? Like, I know, when you guys get this book tomorrow, it's, again, like the Sacred Kitchen, and it's my food philosophy. And I kind of take you through how I figured it out, what my journey was in food, how I grew up, what my ancestors did, and each step of the process of how I got there. Heather, put Papa on magnesium. It's not out yet, Cheryl. Tomorrow. I'm just finishing it up now. I want to make sure I have it all right. It's going to be an ebook. I'm thinking about turning a couple of the books for Christmas and the holidays for gift giving. I'm thinking about turning them into like actual paperbacks, so that you guys can pick them up for the holidays to give out, you know, to buy for Christmas gifts, but, and holiday, birthday, whatever. And then after I finish this, I'm going to start the Baby Mama book. So I'm very excited to be here. I'm Bladder prolapse, got it tacked back up. Yeah, sometimes that happens with babies, right? Having babies. I'm daring myself. Lee, you can start, if you go to the Stand store in the link in my bio, you can start with the free kitchen pantry makeover. There's also a Sacred Reset that is for, I'll hold that thought, Robin, which is all about cleansing, and it's like 240-page ebook. And there's recipes for every cleanse. There's a test, a little quiz you can take to help you figure out what cleanse you want to take. I also, in the Stand store, this book is out now. It's my soup cookbook. It's soup season. It's in paperback, and I'll sign it for you. There's 28 different soups. They're all easy to make, easy ingredients to find, all comfort food. My dear friend did all of the photographs for this book. It's wonderful. So you can order, I think I have a few of the hardcover left. I just ordered more. And then you can order now. I have in stock the soft covers. So they're available. Yeah, Warfarin. So how do we get, Lauren, how do we get us to a point where we don't have to take that? Maybe that's like our own little thing, like preventative. Yeah, Robin makes like a jar, you know, like a mason jar of soup, and then gives the cookbook, like, look what you can make, how delicious this is. It's a cute way to do it. So, and then my kitchen food philosophy is coming out tomorrow, and I'm going to take you on a journey to figure out how you eat, where you're not depriving yourself of the foods you love, but you can change the way that you eat them so that you can, the strokes stem from CBD and poor circulation. But we can fix that. We can keep our circulation moving so that we don't have to take stuff, right? We can prevent strokes. How do we do that? I need to know. I need to know that. I have to look at that. We should do strokes next. We put that on the list. Stroke prevention. Hypertension, root cause. We did high blood pressure. Maybe we do it again. Salt. I can't stop eating salt. But what kind of salt, Jamie? What kind of salt? Because I believe if you're eating a mineral-based salt, you're not gonna, hi Catherine, you're not gonna have, it's not gonna be as bad as if you're eating those crappy crap salts. We're gonna figure it all out here. We're getting there. We're getting to the point where we're gonna figure all of this out. But I think it begins with clean, organic, non-chemical food. Start there. The Redmond salt, to me, it's filled with minerals, and if you use it mindfully, is that a good way to say it, Lauren? Thank you, Cheryl. If you use it mindfully and you're not, making things over salted, I don't see how it could be an issue, unless you're salt sensitive. Hi, Cam. All right, so for today, I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who has been really supportive and very loving and embracing organic food. I am grateful to all of you that have been here for the past year. I think our movement is only going to get bigger this year. I just think we're going to have a really big growth spurt over the next year, where people are really going to change their lives. It's hard, Deborah. I mean, a year ago, I would say about 2 years ago, for Heart Rhythm, but belongs about 2,500. Yep. I've really enjoyed this time with you, learned so much. I love that. I know some of you guys, I mean, you have shown up at every live and have been here in the background, up front, gifts, buying products, meeting with me, cooking. It's really exciting, and it makes me want to stay. Sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, how am I going to pay for this or pay for that or get this done? And then, I just say, forget it. I'm just helping people, and that peace will come, And I feel like we have a lot of value here, and we're helping a lot of people. And that was really my number one goal. I love that, Mystical. It's important work, and I know I've always sort of been ahead of the curve. Back in the 80s, I had a juicer. I was jumping up and down about Gary Knowles, screaming, fighting with people, and everybody laughed at me and said, you're weird, you're just weird. Being vegan. So overdue. I know, Robin, right? And I just feel like now is the time. Like, I'm watching people cook and show people recipes, and I am like, oh my God, please don't do that. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. And I say, you know what? I'm just going to stay in my bubble, and I will build it, and they will come, right? And just keep sharing. Let people know we are here. We are building, and I'm not going anywhere till we can change hearts and minds and show people that you can eat organic, clean food, and it tastes better, makes you feel better. You're gonna live longer and healthier. And that's the point. I wanna fix our kids. I wanna help our children. I wanna help our moms and dads that are at their wits' ends with kids. Like, we have so much to do. Thank you, Campground. Yeah, it's true. It's so true, Mystical. We do not have food producers or manufacturers that want us to be healthy. And they're all tied in. And I don't understand, because they have to be healthy too. They're living it. Are they eating something different than what we eat? I have no idea. But what I do know is I'm going to be here and teach and help you and be here. Going to charge as little money as possible so that I can stay afloat for you guys, but I am here. So join us, get in. I saw that Tyler put a community challenge. We are trying to get over 1,000 across all platforms. I think we hit it in YT. We're almost hit it in, on my public page on Book a Face, Chef Liz. Jump in there. Tell your friends. Get into the community. Get onto Stan. $5 a month. The price of a cup of coffee. A crappy cup of coffee. $1 a month. And you have access to every recipe. It's so true, right, Mystical? Yes, but why? To what end? Although they said, right, on that hot mic with China and North Korea, they were talking about organ harvesting to live longer. I was like, oh, that's crazy. Well, we're all down here working, the working bees. It's all right. It's all right. One step at a time. We're going to get there. Look at how far you guys have all come. How many people, all right, put a 1 in the chat. How many people have changed their pantry since you met me? No, this is off. This is not there. Cheryl changed, Ashley. Pre. Thank you, Robin. Kim, Mystical, Kaylee. June, that's the way. It's so easy that way. I still need the info. Keep coming, Catherine. Just keep coming. No, it's a journey. It's so true. It's sunflower, that's it. It's a journey. It's a total journey, one step at a time. Listen, I still have regular Heinz ketchup in my closet. And we still get Ruffles potato chips. They're still here. See, Robin? It's so true. I love that you guys are all friends. Like some of you came with friends, became friends. I mean, we've been a force. You find it easier. He's had open heart surgery and 12 stents. Who's that, Deborah? I don't think your first I don't think your first comment came through. Toss my microwave, toss nonstick pan, switch to real salt. I love that. Cheryl, right? It really is, Sunflower. I mean, we have just become a force and I love it. And just keep sharing the word. Share, share, share. Cast iron, whoop. Cheryl, isn't she great? I'm always watching her videos. Her and Danny, the organic, I forget what she's called, the organic cookie or something. Awesome. I'm also trying to make some changes. Pans will be next. That's it, Jenny. A little bit at a time, a little bit. You guys that are still trying to learn, I know she's sweet. If you're still trying to learn, there's a free premium pantry makeover in the Stand store that you can pick up, and it's free and it will guide you through the work, because I always say it's one step at a time, one ingredient at a time, nice and slow. Slow and steady wins the race. Love you, Mystical. It's amazing, right? All right, I'm gonna go. I got a lot to prepare for tomorrow night. Cast iron skillets. Oh, Catherine, you're gonna love them. It's great. So we made our little, I think I ate my whole egg burrito. We made a little tuna salad, just simple. Brain, this is all to help your brain. Our yogurt snack, or you can use coconut yogurt. Thank you. Thank you all for being here. Happy anniversary to all of us. And the next couple of days, we're going to do, like, obviously sell stuff to you guys, promote the service, talk about it, build it, party a little, have a few little gifty things. We're working on it, putting it all finishing touches for tomorrow and Friday. So excited. It'll be in the afternoon, like, 7:30, something like that. Yippee! Thank you for all the likes and loves and shares today. We hit 100,000 over that. Awesome. It is a great wake up, Deborah. It's you two have a beautiful day, Joan. Alfreda. Thank you, Mimi. All right, my peeps. I will see you all tomorrow night. Thank you, Ashley. My pleasure. Thank you. You're welcome, Campground. Can you believe it, Kath? Love you too, Cheryl. Yay! I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.